Hi boys and girls, it's Mr. Yates, and in this video we're going to be going over the word problem of the day for Monday, May the 4th. We'll go ahead and start right now. First of all, I want to read the whole word problem out, and then we'll figure out an answer sentence. Han Solo was doing maintenance work on the Millennium Falcon. He had 450 credits to spend on repairs. He spent 3/5 of his credits upgrading the hyperspace motivator. How many credits did he have left? Well, the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and write an answer sentence. I'm going to use it based on the last sentence, which is how many credits did he have left? And I could just say he had, oops, a little bit of space there. He had blank credits left. Now that I've got my answer sentence, I can go ahead and move on to my model. On this one, I think I'm going to be talking about Han Solo's credits. And that's Star Wars money. So I'll put here Han Solo's money. And I could even say like for repairs, so, but the big thing is money. It's just money for repairs. I'm going to make one unit bar to show that. So this unit bar will be showing all the credits that he had for repairs. I'm going to go ahead and start reading the word problem and seeing where I can adjust my unit bar to show what's happening in the story. Han Solo was doing maintenance work on the Millennium Falcon. Really, in that first sentence, I'm going to stop right there. And I put Han Solo in the word problem. I don't need the rest of it. I'm just going to cross it out. He had 450 credits to spend on repairs. Now the number 450 is the number of credits, and it looks like that's all the credits he spent. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right here, 450. I'll put it at the very end of the unit bar to show that it's the whole unit bar has 450 credits. I'll go and cross it out since I'm done with it. Next part, I need to read so I can adjust the unit bar. He spent 3/5 of his credits upgrading the hyperspace motivator. Oh, very important part of the Millennium Falcon. Looks like we're using a fraction here, 3/5. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'm going to turn the 450 credit unit bar into fractional parts so that I can represent the 3/5. So I'll do that right now. Since I have 3/5 of his credits were spent on the hyperspace motivator upgrade, I'm going to go ahead and divide my unit bar into fifths. Trying to be pretty careful with making sure that each fifth is about the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it says here that he spent 3/5 of his credits upgrading the hyperspace motivator. So I'm going to highlight here 3 of these fifths, and I'll say 3/5, and I'll just say, looks like upgrading is hyperspace upgrading. And I could just say 3/5 upgrading. So he spent 3/5 of his money upgrading the hyperspace motivator. That means that the other part, they don't really tell me that he used it. So I'm going to call this part right here left. So 3/5 we're upgrading, the rest of it he left or was left. So I'll cross out the part here about the 3/5 because I've already put that in my unit bar. Don't really need the rest of that sentence because I've already put it in. I still have my last one. How many credits did he have left? And I've got that question mark right there at the very end. So what I need to do now is figure out where I'm going to show that. So the part that we need to know that it's left is right here. I know that if this is 3/5, this is going to be 2/5. But I also want to know the credits. So really the question mark is how much each one of these fifths is. How much of these fifths is 2/5 in terms of credits. So what I want to do now is take and turn this into an expression. The part I really want to focus in on is right here where it's 2/5 left. How can I turn that into an expression? What I'd like to know is 2/5 of 450. So I want to take 2/5 of 450 because I know he spent 3/5 upgrading his hyperspace motivator, but I want to know is the 2/5 that are left over. So I'm going to make one expression I could have used was 2/5 of 450. Now, of can also be used as a multiplication sign, so I could say 2/5 of or multiplied by 450 is going to equal two of these question marks. So what I'll do now is I'll work it out. Over here I have 2/5. I'm going to multiply it by 450. I'm going to turn 450 into a mixed or an improper fraction. So 450 over 1. 2 times 45 is 90. Add a 0 becomes 900. 5 times 1 is 5. So now I have 900 over 5, which is an improper fraction. I'm going to turn it into a mixed number by dividing. A lot of you are real eagle eyes and notice that I was slacking on going sideways. I always want to do that to keep my numbers orderly, especially when I'm doing some dividing where I might go into longer dividing. So 5 times 1 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. Drop down to 0. I've got 5 times 8 equals 40. I have a 0. I'm going to drop down the other 0. 5 times 0 is 0. And I don't have a remainder. So what I've learned is that Han Solo had 180 credits left over because 2/5 of 450, these two question marks together, is going to equal 180. All right, boys and girls, that's the word problem of the day for Monday, let's say that again, Monday, May 4th. Make sure that you save this because we are going to have a word problem of the day test on Friday, and these can be used as your cheat sheet. Thanks for checking with me, boys and girls. Bye-bye.